Good morning everyone and welcome back to another weigh-in update video. I'm going to tell you what my results are straight off the bat so we can discuss it. Well, so I can talk about it. Last week when I stepped on the scale I weighed in at 10 stone 10, and this week when I stepped on the scale I weighed in at 10 stone 12.5 pound, which means I had a gain of 2.5 pound this week. I knew it was going to happen, I was expecting it. Probably wasn't expecting so much of a gain, but then if I think about it, I've had a half hour, an hour to process it. When I think about it, I wasn't expecting the big losses that I have the last couple of weeks, so having a pretty big gain makes sense in that scheme of things, like going from when I restarted back on Slimming World, not for my whole last couple of years in my Slimming World journey. It makes sense to have a big gain when I've had big losses. I can't remember if I've ever had such a big gain before, like apart from Christmas or when I've been properly off plan, like my granny died in 2020 and I was off plan for a good wee while with that, and then Christmas. I know I mention it in every freaking video, I know I do, and I'm really sorry, but it's the only time that I can think where I properly let my hair down and come off plan and just eat what I like till my heart's content. And when I say Christmas, I mean the month of December, not just Christmas Day. I mean, like, well, I'm never off plan the whole month. I usually do try a couple of weeks to try and stay on track, but definitely for two and a half weeks or so, there's definitely that period of time where I'm not on plan. But apart from those kind of times where I've been off plan and, you know, and I'm happy to gain some weight, or I'm expecting a big gain, I don't think I've ever gained so much in a single week especially. I mean, am I surprised that I had a gain? Absolutely not, because I had 2 off-plan meals last week. I know you guys might be rolling your eyes or getting sick of seeing me having off-plan meals, but all these meals that I'm having, every single one that I'm having, they were all planned. These dates were all in my diary before I started on the Slimming World plan. And you know, even if they weren't an off-plan meal here and there, shouldn't really hurt your diet. I mean, it didn't last week, did it? Although I do think maybe some of that's catching up to me this week. Yeah, I only had 2 off-plan meals. One was a pretty major off-plan meal and the other one was not that bad. I mean, it definitely took me over my sins, but it wasn't that bad. I think with the combination of the 2 off-plan meals, I've had that bit of gain, because everything else the entire week I was on plan. I was fully on plan. In fact, when I went to my mum's on Sunday, I'd only had 2 sins. So that left me with 13 sins still to play with, plus there would only been a little bit extra on top of that. I don't think it would have taken me too far over my sins. But Saturday I was on plan, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday I was all 100% on plan. I don't know what else it could have been. It just must have been the off-plan meals, and I'm gutted. Yes, when I first stepped on the scale and I saw that it was a 2.5 pound gain, I was absolutely gutted. I was like, oh my god, that's not fair. But it's not the end of the world. It's a 2.5 pound gain. I know I wasn't fully on plan for the whole week, so I can't kick up FUCK. I can't do that because I didn't have a fully on plan week. I did run out of, I've been eating, since I started back on Slimming World, I've been eating so many berries, which is something new this time, because usually I avoid berries, but I think because I'm getting older and my taste buds are maturing or just changing, because they do as you get older. I'm really into berries at the minute. I've been eating so many blueberries and raspberries and strawberries, and I want to try blackberries. Do you know, I've actually been into Tesco twice recently to try and buy blackberries, and they've had none. But they're the only ones that I really don't think that I like very much, but I want to try them because I'm really enjoying the other berries, and I think I must like blackberries now. I might like them now, but they've been out of stock twice, so I haven't tried them yet, but hopefully I will in the next week or so, couple of weeks, whenever they get them in stock. Yeah, so when I had that 5.5 pound loss and the 4.5 pound loss the week before, I had been eating so many berries, and this week I'd run out of them, but I had other fruit. I had apples and bananas and grapes. Bananas and grapes aren't speed, but they need to be eaten. When I'm buying them, they need to be eaten. I had a couple of pears. So I wasn't eating as much speed fruit as I normally do. And another thing is as well is that I wasn't feeling hungry Monday and Tuesday mornings when I was at work. I didn't actually eat on Monday and Tuesday. I only had one meal both days, and that was my dinner. My meals that you saw that I made, I didn't eat. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the weather's calmed down this week, but it's still really, really freaking muggy. And I don't know if it's just that, or I don't know if I'm just having a non-hungry day. I took things to work to eat and I just didn't eat them. I had my dinner, and then after my dinner I just, like for a pudding, a dessert, I just had the fruit, the apple, banana, pear, grapes, just had them. So I think maybe the fact that, well, I had off-plan meals and I wasn't eating great for a couple of days this week, and I didn't have all my speedy berries and everything. Despite being on plan, it's just all kinda ganged up on me to give me a 2.5 pound gain. It's fine. I was gutted, like I said, about an hour ago it is now that I stepped on the scale, but now I'm absolutely fine with it. It's just a 2.5, and honestly, in 2 weeks into my Summer World journey, I had lost 10 pound, and that was more than I even thought. I thought maybe £2 a week for the first couple of weeks. I thought that would be pretty major for me, so that would be £4, and I ended up losing £10. So the fact that I've gained £2.5, that still leaves me at £7.5 loss for 3 weeks on Summer World, which is great. It's flipping great. It's more than I could have hoped for. So I am the eternal optimist. Mark always tells me this. He says you always see the bright side. Even when I'm a grumpy I always try and look on the bright side, and it might piss some people off, like it seems to piss Mark off, but it's just a better way of looking at life, isn't it? Look at the bright side, and the bright side is I am, even with a 2.5 pound gain, I'm even further in my journey, this little leg of my weight loss journey, than I thought it would be already. So I'm absolutely fine with it. Hopefully I can get a loss next week, because I do have another off-plan flipping meal this week. This should be the last week I have an off-plan meal for a good couple of weeks. I don't think there's anything else really that I need to discuss for this week. Actually, I've mentioned Mark earlier, like a few minutes ago, and that reminded me, he's actually on his own weight journey at the minute. I wanted to say weight loss there because I'm so used to saying weight loss, but it's not actually a weight loss journey. Mark, if you've ever seen Mark in any of my videos, he's actually trying to gain weight at the minute. We're both opposite ends of the spectrum. I love food, and I've always had a really unhealthy relationship with food, but I love it. I love trying new cuisines and things like that, but I also like overeat. I obviously overeat sometimes, and he's the complete opposite for me. Mark forgets to eat. Mark has always spoke about if he could just eat a tablet to get all the nutrients that he needs every day to keep his cell alive, he would do it, because he just isn't really that bothered with food. The only kind of food that he loves to consume is sweets. Caramel shortcake, Tunnocks tea cakes and things like that. That's the only kind of thing. And even then, he says he wouldn't miss it. He'd just be happy taking a tablet every day. And I was like, that is literally my idea of hell. That is my idea of hell, just having to take a tablet to eat. I want to eat the food and taste the food. But yeah, we're total opposite ends. And anyway, he's doing really great on his journey. He's actually doing a lot of it with like a calorie powder, and then eating lots of chicken and protein and everything like that. So it's good that even though we're not on the same journey, we're in very similar boats. It's just opposite ways, and we can discuss it with each other and everything. It's actually quite funny how similar things are. Like when you're trying to put on weight and you're trying to consume the calories, you get you get the flatulence, and then when you're on Slim World and you're doing really good the first couple of weeks and everything, and you're eating all the healthy food, you get the flatulence too. Things like that. It's nice to have someone that's in my life that's on a similar kind of journey with me. Anyway, I want to keep this short this week. Thank you so much for watching this video, everyone. Don't forget to write how you're all doing on your weight loss journeys down below. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.